Good morning, dear students. Today we will discuss on the topic conductometric titrations. Now, as the name indicating, what are the conductometric titrations? The titrations which involve the determination of endpoint by measuring the conductance of solution at different instant of time. So, if we talk about the basic principle of conductometric titration, it is that the conductance of solution helps us to determine the end point of titrations. For example, titrations involving acid-base neutralization or precipitation reactions. Now, conductance of solution at a constant temperature depends on the number of ions present in it and their mobility. So as a titrant is added from the burette into a known volume of solution taken in a conductance cell, the number of ions in the solution changes and there is change in conductance. Small volumes of titrants are added and corresponding change in conductance is noted. Now the values of the measured conductance, they are plotted against the volume of titrant added. So we will get the two linear curves and the point of intersection of these curves will give us the end point of titration. Now we will study regarding some acid-base conductometric titrations which are included in your syllabus. So first one is the titration of a strong acid against a strong base. You will get this kind of curve when we are plotting conductance of the solution against volume of NaOH added. So we are getting here to straight line and the intersection point is giving us the equivalence point. So how this titration is done? Here we are considering the titration between strong acid HCl against a strong base NaOH. HCl solution is taken in a conductivity cell and NaOH solution is taken in a burette. Now the conductance of HCl solution is noted and the NaOH solution from burette is added in small installments. After each addition, the conductance of solution is noted. Now what happens? Initially the conductance of HCl solution is very high due to presence of highly mobile H plus ions. As the NaOH solution is added, the H plus ions are removed by combination with OH negative ions forming weakly ionized water. So conductance will start decreasing. That's why we are getting a straight line moving down as you have already seen in the figure. This one. Initially conductance is very high. As NaOH is added, the conductance is going down. The conductance is going down because of replacement of H plus ion by slow moving Na plus ions. So as a result, conductance of solution is going to decrease and keeps on falling till the end point is reached. After the end point, further addition of NaOH causes an increase in conductance. The reason being due to increase in number of OH negative ions because the OH negative ions are no longer neutralized by H plus ion present in the solution. The reason being HCl has been completely neutralized at equivalence point. So further addition of NaOH is giving us free OH negative ions which are giving a high conductance due to good mobility of hydroxyl ions. So on plotting a graph between conductance and volume of NaOH used, we are getting to straight lines AB and BC, and the point of intersection of these lines, they are giving us the end point of titration. Now next one is the titration of weak acid with a strong base. In this case, we will get this kind of curve. When a weak acid like acetic acid is titrated with a strong base like NaOH, we get a curve as shown in the figure. Now why we are getting this kind of curve? Acetic acid is reacting with NaOH to giving sodium acetate salt plus weakly ionized water. Now initially the conductance of acetic acid solution is very low as it is weakly dissociated. On adding NaOH solution, what happens? Highly ionized salt sodium acetate is formed and conductance of solution increases along the curve AB like this. Along the curve AB, the conductance is increasing as initially we are having weakly dissociated acetic acid. As NaOH is added from the burette, sodium acetate is formed and conductance is increases in this way. On adding NaOH solution, highly ionized salt is formed, so conductance of solution increases along the curve AB. Immediately after the neutralization of whole of acetic acid, that is after the end point, further addition of NaOH causes sharp increase in conductance along the curve BC. The reason being, further addition of NaOH introduces excess of fast moving free hydroxyl ions in the solution. So again conductance is increasing sharply after the end point. So the point of intersection of curves AB and BC is giving the end point at B. The next one is the titration of a strong acid with a weak base. As we are initially having strong acid, so initially the conductance is very high. Now in addition of NH4OH to HCl, what happens? As NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide is added to HCl, there is formation of salt, ammonium chloride plus unionized, weakly dissociated water molecules. So fast moving H plus ions are replaced by NH4 plus ions which are slow moving. So initially conductance will decrease. Hence the conductance of solution is falling along the curve AB. After the end point, what happens? The conductance remains almost constant on addition of ammonium hydroxide. The reason being it is weakly ionized. Now there are no free H plus ion in the solution and further addition of NH4OH giving us weakly ionized ammonium hydroxide which is not giving too much ions. That's why the conductance of the solution that remains almost constant. So initially conductance is decreasing and that is remaining almost constant after the equivalence point. The next one is the titration of weak acid with a weak base. Here we are taking the example of titration of acetic acid against ammonium hydroxide. The initial solution of acetic acid has low conductance as it is weakly ionized. So there is very low conductance. We can see here from the graph, initially the conductance is very low. As ammonium hydroxide is added, what happens? On adding ammonium hydroxide solution, highly ionized salt, ammonium acetate is formed. So conductance will increase. Further addition of ammonium hydroxide after endpoint causes no change in conductance because ammonium hydroxide is poorly ionized base. So curve BC is almost horizontal. So initially the conductance is very low because acetic acid is very weak acid. As we are adding the ammonium hydroxide, the conductance is increasing due to the formation of salt. After the equivalence point, conductance is almost constant as ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Next one is the titration of a mixture of weak and strong acids against a strong base. Here we are titrating a mixture of weak and strong acid against a strong base. So what we are taking here, suppose a mixture of weak acid like acetic acid and a strong acid like HCl is titrated with a strong base. So in the beginning, the ionization of weak acid, acetic acid remains suppressed due to common ion effect of strong acid HCl. So in the solution, conductance is only due to the strong acid HCl. Now, as sodium hydroxide is added, neutralization of HCl is going to take place and we are getting the equivalence point B. Initially, HCl is getting neutralized by the NaOH, so we are getting this AB curve for the neutralization of HCl against NaOH. Now, after this, neutralization of acetic acid will take place along the curve BC. At B point, HCl is neutralized. Then the neutralization of weak acid, acetic acid is taking place. The conductance increases along BC due to the formation of highly ionized salt sodium acetate. The point C represents the end point of neutralization of weak acid, and the rise in conductance after the end point C is due to the addition of a strong base NaOH. So this kind of curve is obtained in case of mixture of weak acid plus strong acid is titrating against a strong base. Initially, neutralization of strong acid HCl is taking place. Then the neutralization of acetic acid against NaOH is taking place. And finally, after the equivalence point, when both of the acids are neutralized, after point C, the conductance of solution is increasing due to the addition of freely moving OH negative ions. Next one is the titration of a salt of weak acid with a strong acid. These are also known as displacement reactions. Now in this case, what kind of curve we are getting here? So here we are considering the titration of sodium acetate solution with a strong acid HCl. These are the titration of a weak acid with a strong titration of salt of a weak acid with a strong acid. So the titration of salt of weak acid we are taking here sodium acetate, and strong acid we are taking here is HCl. So what happening here? These are giving acetic acid plus Na plus Cl minus ions in the solution. So in this reaction, highly ionized sodium acetate is replaced by highly ionized NaCl. In other words, acetate ions are replaced by chloride ions. Since both of these ions have almost the same ionic conductance, so the conductance of solutions remains nearly constant until the end point is reached. As we can see in the figure, conductance is almost constant until the end point is reached. The reason being the conductance of acetate ion and chloride ion is almost same. Further addition of HCl after the endpoint causes increase in conductance due to fast moving free H plus ions present in the solution. So what are the various advantages of conductometric titrations? First of all, these titrations can be performed for color liquids, which creates problem in the determination of endpoint when we are using ordinary indicators. Second thing, this can be very successfully performed in very dilute solutions. Third one, these titrations can be used for titrations of weak acid against weak bases, which do not give any sharp endpoint with the simple indicators used in volumetric analysis. Moreover, these titrations can be successfully carried out with a mixture of weak and strong acids, which we have already studied, and this is not possible in volumetric titrations. Endpoint obtained graphically from these titration is very much accurate as compared to the titrations we do using normal indicators, where we have to take a lot of care near the endpoint. Now, as the endpoint is indicated by intersection of two curves, so no extra precautions like dropwise addition of titrant is needed near the endpoint. Now, next topic will be pH. We will continue in the next lecture.